Welcome to the Beyond the Years podcast, a podcast about all things Disney.
You're listening to episode number 32. Today, we've got a lot of good things to cover. So the meat of this episode is going to be us talking about the third episode of She-Hulk. But before that, we're going to talk about Disney Plus Day.
September 8th, correct?
Yes, next Thursday.
Okay.
Yep. And then right after that, we'll have D23, which starts on September 9th.
Yep, 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Mm-hmm.
So probably we'll have to do just an episode dedicated to that for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of good things happening on Disney Plus Day next Thursday, September 8th. They might release more on that day, but for now, this is what we've got. Also, they did move the day this year because it's normally November 12th?
Yep.
To coincide with D23.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
So perhaps the most important thing that's happening on Disney Plus Day. Thor, Love and Thunder.
Oh, yes.
is going to be out officially on Disney Plus. So if you have not seen it yet, you'll be able to watch it. They also have the Marvel Assembled. So you'll get to see the behind the scenes making of Thor, Love and Thunder, which I know we will both really enjoy.
Yep. Also, if you're interested, the Steelbook version of Thor, Love and Thunder is available for pre-order on Best Buy and Target.
Yeah. Those are super cool.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you're a collector, would recommend.
Definitely.
Okay. So some other things that are coming on September 8th, Pinocchio, live action. We've got Obi-Wan Kenobi, a Jedi's Return, which is basically going to be a behind-the-scenes making of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, it's pretty much like the assembled kind of stuff.
I love that kind of stuff. You know, I haven't watched any of the Marvel Assembled yet, but generally speaking, I love watching behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's just really fascinating. Cars on the Road.
Oh, yes.
Which is shorts.
Is
correct?
it? I know. I think it's going to be like 6 episodes or something like that.
I didn't look that much into it. So that'll be fun for us. If you've got kids, something new. She-Hulk episode number 4 is going to be dropping next Thursday. Tierra Incognita. I don't know a ton about that. It looks like a Spanish horror story. Remembering, I don't really know what that is. Welcome to the Club is a Simpsons short film.
Oh, okay.
Growing Up is basically like a documentary style show talking about essentially just like the mental and physical hardships of that we all go through growing up. It was produced by Brie Larson, Captain Marvel. So I think that'll be really interesting to get to see all of these different viewpoints on things that people struggle with growing up.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we have Epic Adventures with Birdie Gregory. Those are just the ones that I have listed. They had a couple Frozen sing-alongs that are coming too. And then, like I said, they'll probably announce or just drop more things day of.
Yeah.
And then another really cool thing. If you have an AMC theater near you from September 8th through September 19th, they're going to be bringing back Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars films to the theaters, and you can actually buy tickets starting today, actually.
Oh, cool. So what movies are going back?
They had a list, but you just have to look it up.
Oh, okay.
A couple Star Wars movies, a couple Disney movies, a couple Marvel movies. I think Thor Ragnarok was one of them. So Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. I think tickets are only $5 is what I saw, but I did not do a ton of research on that. But it is in honor of Disney Plus Day.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then, like I kind of said at the beginning, D23 will start the day after Disney Plus Day on the 9th.
So D23, for people that don't know, is pretty much Disney's version of like Comic-Con. So it just focuses like only on everything Disney owns. So like the parks, Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so we'll probably get some really big announcements for the parks, which I am going to be excited about. And then obviously we'll probably get some announcements of like live action remakes coming. Really, I mean, the sky's the limit. They're just going to, I'm sure they've got a ton of things in the works, and we'll all find out during D23.
Yeah, exciting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So is that everything on your list of Disney topics, or do
Yeah.
you want to talk about anything else?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of powered through that. I don't really know what else to say about it.
That's fine.
Because I know we just watched She-Hulk. For you, it was the second time. And then for me, it was the first time. And so it's pretty fresh. And I would assume we have a lot to talk about with She-Hulk.
Yeah.
What else has happened since we did our last podcast?
Nothing really.
Nothing really.
Other than just living
Mm-hmm.
the same life for the past week.
Yeah. I turned 28 yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Big birthday.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm getting to the age where it's not quite as exciting to have a birthday. Yes, so our, I don't know, I was going to say Nana, but she's not my Nana or your Nana. She's Josh's mom, Teresa, Grayson's Nana, and Josh's sister, Grayson's Aunt Jecca, got us some really amazing birthday presents because Josh's birthday is coming up here in like a week and a half.
Yep, 11 days.
They had our logo for Beyond the Ears cut from metal, and it's super dang cool.
Yeah.
So we got to get it hung up here in our little podcast area. And then they also got us a really cute canvas of you, me, and Grayson.
Yeah. So the the logo is cut out from a water jet, which it's pretty much just like really high pressure water that shoots through a nozzle, and you punch in like whatever design you want on the like CAD software.
Yeah, which is like, I was really surprised when we opened it.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. And it makes it really special because like I designed the logo for Beyond the Ears. Like I pulled it, I like had a whole bunch of graphics that I kind of overlaid on top of each other, and I had to, erase stuff and cut stuff out and move stuff around, but I designed it.
Yeah.
And now we have like an actual logo for our podcast area to like hang on the wall.
Yeah. Next is merch.
Merch.
Hats, shirts, underwears.
I think our logo would look so cute on a hat.
Yeah, it would look cool.
I think it would. Anyway. So that happened. That was kind of exciting.
Yep. And her present was supposed to get delivered yesterday, but it got delivered today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I do TikTok videos, mostly cleaning TikTok videos, because it helps me stay motivated to clean and do laundry. Mm-hmm. And then I also have a YouTube channel, and so Josh got me this really cool tripod that you can plug into your phone that has a microphone attached and a little soft box light for your phone. So I'm going to test it out for sure. And I don't know, I'll definitely use it to record TikToks.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
It would be nice to be able to use it for some of my YouTube videos. But we'll have to test it out and see. But I'm excited. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I love like obviously we both have full-time jobs, but all of the things that we do on the side like lets me be creative, and I love to get to be creative.
Oh yeah, you should definitely put some of the coasters on our page.
I did. I put yesterday I made like 46 coasters because I had the day off of my real job. And I made 46 coasters, and I posted like a quick video on our Instagram. I think.
Oh, okay.
Did I?
I know you posted on your personal Instagram, but I don't know if you put it on the Beyond the Ears.
I can't remember now. I know I posted the Obi-Wan Kenobi one because I made it and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. But I can't remember now because I've posted on so many different socials about our coasters.
Yeah.
Because craft show season is coming up.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, very cool stuff.
For sure. It's fun to make those.
I mean, I like try to bring those up in conversation because like if I was a consumer going to a craft show or just like trying to find a cool gift for somebody, like our type of people would like the coasters, and like I legitimately think they're so cool.
Yeah. So I actually had a guy at work. He was like, "You make those cool comic book coasters, right?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Could you make me a set of Superman? Because my buddy in Arizona really loves Superman." And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." So I like cut out a bunch of pictures and sent it to him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, those are like that's gonna look awesome." And his buddy absolutely loves them.
That is so weird because I remember that happening, and I never asked you, and you never told me about what happened after.
He had them for his birthday. Yeah. I made these in like March or April.
Yeah.
And his birthday was in June, or end of June, beginning of July, something like that. So he just sent them out, like, well, I guess 2 months ago now. But I asked him the other day what he thought of them. He's like, "Oh yeah, he absolutely loves them."
Everyone, it's such like a weird, I don't know, like it's a super minuscule kind of weird like everyday thing that people use and you don't think about. And we're sitting here making like batches of like 50 coasters at a time, and it's so weird. But if you find the right people, it is like people just love them.
Oh yeah.
So
we had it was a small craft show at a Elks Lodge.
Yeah, you gotta find like the right people. How many did he buy, that one guy?
He bought like 4 sets, so that's 16 coasters.
Yeah, and they were all Star Wars, weren't
they?
Our Star Wars ones, I always make a ton of Star Wars because it's such like a universally loved thing. And you know, when people are walking through a craft show, they're looking for gifts most of the time because it's during the holiday season. And it's like everybody knows somebody who loves Star Wars, you know, and then you have people who make these coasters, and they're talking about how everybody loves Star Wars and like it's such a practical gift, you know, because you have to be kind of a salesman about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you find the right people, they'll buy like a lot. When we did that comic book convention last year in Poplar Bluff, that one guy, I had a guy who bought a lot.
I don't remember that.
I think he bought like $60 worth. So anyway, sorry, that was a little bit of a tangent. I'm just like so in coaster mode right now. On my brain, because I talked about it at work today because a couple people had seen like my Facebook posts and they were like, "That is so cool." Like Shauna, she was like, "I'm so proud of you. Like you guys are doing that." I was like, "Thanks." Thanks. I like to do things outside of work that, you know, could potentially lead to
money,
not working so much. And I love it. Anyway.
I hear part-time Ashley in the future.
Oh my God.
Move to part-time, keep your insurance, and
I'd have to work 30 hours to keep my insurance, but I guess that is part-time. It's considered full-time at my job for non-management. 30 hours.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's still 15 hours less than you work now. Anyway.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Let's get back on track here.
Yeah.
We're talking about She-Hulk episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called Emil Blonsky or The People versus Emil Blonsky. So, do you want to, what were your thoughts about this episode? Where would you rank this episode in the first 3 episodes so far? And overall thoughts?
It's really hard to rank it. I liked it better than episode 2.
Okay.
I don't know if I liked it better than episode 1. It just felt like, because it just kind of feels like a movie to me. You know, I'm not like, it doesn't feel like the episodes are just like episodes like that have a start and an end. It's just like a continuation.
Yeah.
Just very flowy. And I feel like in this episode, she's kind of settled into her, you know, her own even more. And she's just comfortable and confident, you know, in that. And that's really nice to see. But I really did like that first episode of her getting to, like, because it happened super quick with her becoming the She-Hulk. And like that whole training. I love a good training montage.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I don't know. Episode 1 is really good.
Yeah. So I would say my favorite was this episode.
It was good.
And then probably episode 1 and episode 2. But I've loved all 3 of the episodes far.
They've kept my attention. Like, I've never been bored. I think because of this day and age and technology and cell phones, and my brain is always going a mile a minute. It's hard to like just focus. Like, I watch TV and I'm playing on my phone at the same time because I can't turn my brain off. But I haven't really played on my phone while I'm watching the show. It's kept my attention.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
It's pretty fast paced.
Yeah.
Which is great.
We, if you haven't figured out here, we like the fast paced stuff because we both love Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. And we both loved Thor Love and Thunder, and those are pretty fast paced films.
Yeah, I don't need, like, at this point in where we are at with Marvel, unless it's like a completely like really exotic character with like a crazy backstory, I don't really need much.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Can I just say, when like, obviously spoilers in this podcast.
Yes, they should know.
You know, it goes without saying, but spoilers. When Wong showed up, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
So exciting. I love Wong.
Yeah.
And I loved how it was just like, boom, he's here.
Yeah.
She broke the fourth wall several times.
Several times in this episode.
Yeah.
I loved how there was like an A plot and a B plot. Mm-hmm. So like the A plot was obviously about Abomination, and the B plot was about Dennis, the douchey lawyer at the DA's office that Jen used to work with, being conned by a Asgardian white elf or light elf.
Yeah. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. Which, like, I really enjoyed that because this is like a lawyer show.
Yeah.
And it's got to focus on like other things happening because it like pulled the 2 stories together at the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was really funny. Obviously we got a cameo from Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh God. Yeah.
Because this what did you say? Light elf?
Light elf.
I couldn't remember.
So, okay. Side note, the light elves so there's dark elves, obviously, and there's light elves. The light elves came from Alfheim. That's what the realm that they're from.
Okay.
So she just must be like a light elf from Alfheim that just has taken refuge as an Asgardian.
Yeah, so she's a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
She can take the form of
anyone
living being, I guess. Mm-hmm. And so she impersonated Megan Thee Stallion and pretended to like date Dennis, the lawyer, attorney.
The Menace.
Yeah. Which was funny because we ended up getting a cameo from Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
Yes.
And it was just so funny, just so good.
Yeah.
Just.
And the post credit. Let's talk about the post credit scene real quick. It's obviously has She-Hulk and Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
I'll let you finish.
I mean, they're pretty much just twerking.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're the best lawyer I've ever had. Or you're better than all of the other lawyers I've had. And then she's like, I will kill for you. And then she's like, okay, let's bring it down a notch.
Yeah. So that's been blowing up the internet because people are mad that She-Hulk was twerking.
Why is that?
Why is anything? Just people just because they want to be mad. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I thought it was funny too. All the post-credit scenes are supposed to be funny.
It's like super light. I mean, I guess people are mad. I haven't read anything because I've been at work. But are people mad because it's like out of character?
No,
or they
it's
think
not
it's
out
like
of
a
character.
cultural thing?
Literally, in the comics, She-Hulk jump ropes naked.
Uh-huh.
So, and like one of the panels, I mean, obviously it doesn't show anything. Like when she's jumping, it shows like how the rope's like spinning around.
Yeah.
So it like blocks out her boobs.
Yeah.
And her vagina.
She's just having a good time.
Yeah. So everyone says that's not character. I'm like, yes, it is. She's not supposed to be some serious Hulk, like Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Sad, mopey, serious character.
I guess so far in the show, we haven't seen a ton of like that crazy silly side.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we kind of did in the first episode, but it wasn't like over the top, like twerking.
Yeah. You pick it up a little bit, and like they're obviously building more on that. But yeah, it's just people just being stupid and want to complain about nothing. Stop yawning over there. You're killing me with that yawning.
I can't help it. Those 8 to 5:30 shifts are like the longest shifts ever. And you'll be proud of me. I had an energy drink this morning with my breakfast, and it was a Zoa.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't have, I think it had
160 milligrams of caffeine in it.
So a little bit less. And I didn't have any other caffeine until like my soda with dinner.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I keep yawning. I was gonna drink some caffeine when I got home, but it just didn't happen. Okay.
Well, anyway, because every time you yawn, I'm like, like yawning over here.
I can't help it. Anyway, it doesn't like lessen my excitement about the show because I had a really great time watching it.
Mm-hmm.
So Emil Blonsky, I thought he was so funny.
Yeah. I for sure thought like this was like going to be a whole ruse of like him just wanting to be out of prison. And I guess we haven't got to that yet because he's like still technically in prison. So.
Yeah. So, in this episode, he has like full control of the Abomination.
Yeah.
So he turns into the Abomination, during his like court proceedings. To like figure out if he's going to be able to be released from prison or not.
Yeah, because they're saying, well, what if he turns into the bloodlusting Abomination?
Yeah, so he takes his little white Crocs off, sets them neatly aside on the table, and then he just morphs into Abomination, and people are freaking out, screaming, terrified, and then he's like, hey, I'm fine.
Yeah, he's like, I'm in total control.
Yeah.
Which is funny because they kept like his voice like exactly the same.
What have we seen that at all?
Him talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, he talked in the Incredible Hulk movie.
Oh.
But it was way like modulated.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. It makes me want to rewatch Incredible Hulk just because of Tim Roth.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's great.
Yeah, no, he was really good. Anyway, he freaked everyone out, and then he kind of put a blanket on and morphed back down.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, just total transformation and like detransformation.
It won the case for him because he was able to show like, I mean, that wasn't the only thing, obviously, Wong, but
yeah,
he was able to show that he's like in complete control of it.
Yeah.
Just like the She-Hulk is.
Yeah. That's why Wong showed up as to testify for Emil, because he broke him out of the prison cell to fight him in that arena that we got a snippet of in episode 2. So that's why Wong was there. If people are wondering why Wong was there,
Yeah.
or I mean, if you should probably know why he's there, but that's why he's there. Funny story on the whole Wong front. The lady that plays Nikki, the friend in the show, posted a picture of the thirst trap where she could get Wong's attention.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a picture of her in front of books.
Yeah.
And Benedict Wong actually responded to it. And it was just on Twitter. It was really funny. But I thought that was hilarious where his LinkedIn profile, like Sorcerer Supreme, Librarian of Carmitage, Target, a sales associate in Carmitage. So I just thought that was hilarious.
I loved at the end of the trial when they said, you know, Emil was going to be released kind of like on probation, right? He has, you know, certain things that have to be done. And then they kind of look over at Wong and they're like, you realize you just admitted to like aiding a convicted felon or whatever escape from prison.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be consequences. And then he's like, you know, I have to go. And then he just opens a portal and leaves.
Gets out of there.
Hilarious.
Like, okay, bye.
And like nobody like really reacted that much to that. It happened and then they were like, oh, all right.
Yeah, it's not like they were going to stop him. I don't think. I mean, okay, here's the image of the thirst trap. She said, I took a picture of me in front of a bunch of books.
Oh, yeah. That's funny. I like her. She's cute.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the show so far has like, cause when she breaks the fourth wall in this episode, she's like, listen, there are going to be cameos in this show, but the show's still about me kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, well, I guess there are lots of cameos in this show, but the show's still about me.
Yeah.
I'm loving how they're breaking the fourth wall in these episodes. Because like she takes her hands off the wheel and is like not even looking on the road while she's driving. So it's like it definitely, I mean, I don't know how you explain it, but it's great. And then she says that towards the end of the episode when Jennifer Walters has to testify for Dennis in his second trial.
Yeah.
They're like at the bar and he says, oh man, I gotta, I don't know what to do with Dennis. And she's like, oh, you're getting the A plot and the B plot twisted together. Or you're bringing them together.
No, that was good. I just love her.
Yeah, she's super funny. And every time I hear her talk, though, I think it sounds just like Dana Lynn Bailey. She sounds almost identical to Dana Lynn Bailey. Stop yawning. You're killing me right now. Every time you yawn, I'm just like...
I don't know. Sometimes it just hits you and you have like a yawning spell for like 20 minutes and then you're fine. I don't... How closely do you follow Dana Lynn Bailey? Because I don't...
Pretty close.
I don't really follow her that much anymore. Like I see some of her posts, but I don't like play her videos or anything. There for a while, I was like, let's get jacked.
Yeah,
like
I follow
Bailey.
her and Rob pretty closely.
I used to follow Rob. He does some cool stuff.
Yeah. So I didn't like really do like a whole lot of like note taking.
Yeah.
So I don't have a whole lot of notes for like the episode itself, or like breakdowns of anything. But I know there is a line where Jen is coming out of the facility where Abomination is held when all the reporters are outside.
Yeah.
And the one lady's like, we heard you got your powers from a mob boss.
Oh, yeah.
And that's actually like how she got her powers in the comics.
Ooh.
So she got beat up, like she was going like against a trial for like a mob boss. And I'm trying to think. I don't know like what happened, but she ends up getting a hit. And they beat her up, and Bruce is the same blood type as her, so she gets a blood transfusion from Bruce, and that's how she becomes a She-Hulk.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot to mention in this episode, this group of guys like tries to beat her up.
Oh yeah. So
they're trying to get her blood.
Yeah. So that is the Wrecking Crew, or what they're calling the Wrecking Crew in this series so far. But it's funny because they're using Asgardian tech, and I'm pretty sure they use Asgardian tech in the comics too.
So who are they led by?
That's the thing. That's the big like, who's the boss? Because they're like, did you get the injection, or did you get her blood? And she's like, yeah. Whenever she turned into the Hulk, I couldn't get her blood.
Mm.
So someone's out for her blood, and I think it's gonna be the leader, which is the guy that gave. So in the Incredible Hulk movie, you're definitely not gonna remember this, but maybe a little bit. Whenever Hulk, or Edward Norton Hulk, goes to this guy, he calls him Mr. Blue, because when they're chatting back and forth online, one guy's Mr. Blue, one guy's Mr. Green. Obviously, Hulk's Mr. Green.
Yeah.
So Mr. Blue, I don't know what his name is, but he's supposed to be the leader in the comics.
Okay.
So obviously they do the blood transfusion, taking like the Hulk or whatever out of Bruce Banner.
Uh-huh.
So then all that stored blood is with
Mr. Blue.
Mr. Blue.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone's going to be like, I can't believe you didn't know who the leader's name was, but that's who he is the leader. So when a Tim Ross Abomination comes in, or he's not Abomination yet, he's just still Emil Blonsky.
Yeah.
But he's hopped up on the super soldier serum that Thunderbolt Ross gave him. So he's still got the super soldier serum running through his veins.
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah. And he's like, whatever you took out of Bruce Banner, I want it. So they injected him with the stuff. And then like Abomination like started freaking out, and he ended up hitting like the vial that it was injecting him with, and that stuff came down and it like hit him, the leader, on the head, and it made his head all like wonky. Oh
yes, I remember that scene.
So
it's hard to.
The leader has like he's like, you know who Megamind is?
Yes, Brad Pitt.
That's who he turns out to be. Kind of looks like Megamind.
Yeah, it's hard to it's hard to accept that the Incredible Hulk is canon.
No, I get it.
I'm like, no.
That's what the leader looks like.
Yeah. No, I vaguely remember the scene.
Yeah. His forehead's not that bad, but there you go.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. So
they should redo that movie the exact same, except with Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
And a little bit better, I guess.
Yeah, and I hope I hope the leader is not the guy that they cast in the Incredible Hulk movie.
Oh, yeah,
I hope they get a recast for him.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so weird. Like, DC has done Batman like 84 times.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they want to change the Hulk, but they can't like redo his origin story movie. I don't know why.
I think it's just because Robert Downey Jr. showed up in the post-credit scene of that movie, recruiting the Hulk for the Avengers Initiative. So
it's been too long since I've seen it, but I don't really want to watch it.
I want to watch it just to catch stuff that's probably going to happen in the show, because we're obviously getting more references to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the Emil Blonsky stuff in this episode, I absolutely loved. We get a cameo of his 7 wives.
Yeah.
All dressed
in 7
soulmates, yeah.
Yeah.
All dressed in white with like what, I don't even know what you call that, like a
robe,
like a halo thing, like vines around their head. They all look like they're about to go to a toga party.
Yeah. They've all like pledged to financially take care of him.
Yeah.
When he gets out of prison.
So funny. Oh man, I'm trying to think of what else happened. Oh, so we were talking about the leader.
Yeah.
The Wrecking Crew. So the ongoing theory that I've seen so far, and kind of what, like, when I watched the episode, I was like, oh, I bet that's for the leader. And I was like, oh, I'm not the only one that thought that because everyone else did.
Yeah.
So they think they want to get a blood sample because he just wants to amp up his powers, pretty much.
Yeah. That whole scene kind of caught me off guard in the sense that, like, good for her, she's the She-Hulk. But as a woman, that is really scary.
No, I get that.
You know, like, she obviously defended herself, but what ran through my head when some of those guys were getting hurt was like, oh my God, is she going to get in trouble for like hurting these guys?
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when that one guy fell and kind of landed on his upper back and his whole body kind of like smushed in half. I was like, oh my God, is she going to get in trouble?
Yeah.
For like defending herself against these people who were trying to attack her? And then just like the whole, like the cinematography around when she like walked up to her car after the fact.
Oh,
like,
where she's looking at herself like a monster.
Yeah, like it was just, I don't know. Like as a woman, I was like, God, this is really sad right now. Because she has to, like, she's fine. But that shouldn't have happened. And now she has to like pretend like it's not a big deal. That she's just attacked, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it just hit me weird. But I was like, wow, that was really sad.
Yeah. No, I think it was like supposed to maybe not the way you're thinking of it, but like draw you to the fact that like she looked at herself like not I'm a criminal, but like you are who you are kind of moment.
I feel like if someone had recorded that on camera, they would have recorded only the part where she was like beating these guys up, and then she would have like been held accountable for beating a whole bunch of guys up.
Well, and I think that's like when she's looking at herself in the reflection.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what she's thinking. You know, like what's going through her mind. Like, one, I got attacked by 4 guys. 2, like, what's going to happen now?
Yeah.
And then also, like, accepting, like, hey, you're the She-Hulk. Like, maybe you are, like, a hero. Kind of thing.
Crazy. Constant target on her back.
Yeah.
We haven't really seen that a lot aside from, like, Iron Man, who basically put a target on his own back.
Yeah, because they just haven't really hit on that. I mean, other than the Hulk, because he's like always getting hunted down.
Yeah.
But yeah, they like really, you don't hear like, oh yeah, they're looking and hunting Thor down.
Yeah.
Or someone's trying to stop Thor. I guess that kind of happened in Ant-Man and the Wasp, the last Ant-Man and the Wasp movie. They kind of got hunted down.
Yeah, that's right.
So, more not like street level heroes, but
yeah,
more Daredevil-esque characters, I think. That's going to happen too.
It's funny that you said Daredevil because, like, my brain, I just had like a flash of like, oh, Daredevil.
Yeah.
And then you said that.
Yeah. So, we'll eventually see him in this series at some point.
Do we still think the next episode?
I'm going to say probably episode 5.
Yeah.
We'll see him as Matt Murdock. We won't see him as Daredevil.
I know we won't see him as Daredevil.
But I think the end of the season, like, so there's 9 episodes. We'll see him. I think we'll see him in episode 5 as Matt Murdock, and then at some point he'll show back up as Daredevil. Because in the trailer where he shows up, he is like in his costume and she's like in her purple and white costume.
Oh yeah.
So at some point she gets like her super suit.
I'm excited because I actually know what that is.
Yeah.
Because I've been looking through comics.
Yeah. It's cool looking. Man.
I'm like proud of myself for the little things that most other people already know.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I'm really enjoying this show. I did like the call out in the beginning of the episode when they're talking about how like, wow, why can't the female character, like, why does she got to be a She-Hulk? It's like the toxic masculinity side, and it's
Yeah.
pretty much like making fun of all the people on like online today, saying like it's the MCU kind of thing. So I thought that was a fun jab at people that are freaking out about nothing.
Yeah. I mean, they pointed to a lot of cultural problems in this episode.
Yeah.
Like when she did her TV interview.
Oh God.
And they were like,
next up, we'll talk about She-Hulk's exercise and diet routine.
yeah. And they also were like, so how did you come up with the name She-Hulk? And she's like, I actually didn't do it. Some guy did, and he thought about it for about 2 seconds. You know.
Yeah.
Now it's stuck with me.
Mm-hmm. And I told you this while we were watching the episode. In the light that she was in, you can actually see her hair is like just a really, really dark green.
Yeah, I've been able to see that I've been like looking at pictures when I do the thumbnails for the podcast, and I could tell it's green.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't really noticed until this episode, because I was like, oh, wow, you can really see like the green tint, like especially towards the bottom of like where her hair is.
I feel like the CGI was a little bit better in this episode.
Yeah. There's a couple times where she's walking around in the office. It like looks a little off, but
her suit looks kind of weird. Her bigger suits.
yeah, and I think it's like the strides that she takes.
Yeah.
Compared to like Nikki, when she's walking next to Nikki, that's when I notice it the most.
Yeah, she kind of strolls.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
But I mean, she's like 6'7" or 6'8", I think. So I guess that's how a 6'7" or 6'8" person would walk.
I have no idea. But yeah, overall the show's really great. Super light, fast paced. It's a quick watch.
I love that it's a quick watch. Like, I know a lot of people are hating that it's like too short, and like I understand, because like obviously like you want to live in these characters like a lot more, especially if you love the MCU like us. But I really like that it's kind of like The Office. You can just turn it on and watch like 20 minutes of it, 20-minute episode, and like not feel bad.
Yeah. What was that thing you just did? Where you like turned? Was it because you were gonna cough?
No, I've got like drainage.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought I was gonna start coughing.
I'm not feeling super great either. I think all of us are coming down with something.
Yeah, or coming out of something, because I've had some drainage the past few days. Wow, why are we talking about this?
I don't know, because we're real people. It just was super weird. He like turned his head super fast, like away from the mic, and it was like a ninja thing. And I was like, "What is that?"
No, I just didn't want to be like on the freaking mic.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I'm enjoying like the short episodes.
Yeah.
But I'm also enjoying that we're gonna get 9 episodes instead of 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. And I like the show so far. I would say like as of now, the show has like a really good chance of being like one of my favorite MCU shows for sure.
We'll just have to wait and see when we finish all 9 episodes.
Yep. I'm still waiting on my Ben Grimm, the Thing cameo.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be super fun if it was in the 4th episode. Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Ben Grimm showing up.
Interesting. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. But wow, I just totally lost what I was going to say. But yeah, I just really love the episodes. That's all I got to say.
Okay. Anything else for today?
Not that I can think of, other than if you haven't watched She-Hulk, watch the show.
Yeah. So coming up for our podcast, obviously we are going to do another episode talking about She-Hulk next week, but also next week, like we talked about at the beginning, Disney Plus Day, and then D23.
Yeah.
So
I'm so excited for D23. There's so many rumors right now, like for the Marvel stuff that's happening.
Yeah.
One of them obviously is like the big one of Fantastic Four. So the theory is that they're going to announce the director and announce the cast, which would be really cool because I'm so ready for anything Fantastic Four related. And I think a lot of people are too. I just know I really am.
I'm looking at my schedule really quick.
Do you close next Thursday?
I'm off next Thursday, but I close on Friday, which is D23 day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why this keeps happening to me, but so Thursday is my last day off next week, and then I'm a 7-day stretch again.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that is like a bitch. 7 days.
And you have 2 days off.
No. I don't even know.
Okay. Well,
no. I don't know. It doesn't matter, but a 7-day stretch is a bitch.
Yeah.
So, but we got lots of fun things coming up. We still need to do our Hollywood Studios Disney World video. Anyway, fun things are coming.
Yep. You want to do closing statements here?
Yeah. So thank you guys for listening today. If you're still with us, I know we kind of lost it a little bit a couple times. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, give us a rating on whatever platform you are listening. Like, comment, subscribe if that's an option. Follow us on Instagram at Beyond the Ears Podcast, and we will talk to you in the next one.